Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Lakewood Ranch, Florida here in, this is the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. I'm Brian Barish as we continue this Division I of the 2016 Women's National Championships. Brian Barish giving Peter Holden a much-deserved break after that thrilling game that saw San Francisco defeat Denver 9-6. Denver's streak very much in jeopardy. San Francisco, the Iron Maidens, in the catbird seat for Division I. We have a game here between the New York Lady Magpies wearing the black jumpers with the white stripes and the Sacramento Lady Suns in the red and the yellow. Both teams are winless so far this weekend. This will be the first game of the day for New York. They will play San Francisco, or rather they'll play Denver later on. The GAT game may still have some premiership implications depending on what happens to San Francisco. If San Francisco lose to Minnesota in the 2 o'clock game, then Denver still has an outside shot depending on what the percentage looks like. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Sacramento Lady Suns, they are 0-3, but that is not for the want of effort. The Suns have won just one game in their 5 seasons as a single entity. They have combined with other teams in the past at Nationals. But here they are, and we get set to go for this one. I believe that is Andrew Daniel from Portland standing in the middle as we wait for the Hooter on the near side. And we are underway. The Suns defeated the New York Magpies in the East-West Showdown earlier on, and Hargrave wins that one out of the ruck against Rosemary Clough. Going up to pick it, there is Leilani Silvio for Sacramento, and there is Lorraine Cuoca and Squilla, I believe. But in fact, the umpire crosses his arms like the Monsignor, and we have a very early ball up. Clough and Hargrave, the number 23s. Gracie Coppola shoves aside Silvio, and then it's picked up by Oanne Wynn. Wynn will throw that one on to the right. It'll die in front of Singer, bounces over the head of Smith. The ball is up on that far side. Casillas, Drea Casillas is there to pick it up. She's bear hugged by Jessica Smith and then thrown down. The umpire will cross his arms like the Monsignor once again, and a good job by Elaine Schreiber to wrap up the veteran Drea Casillas. Ball goes back in the air again. New York there. Ball goes to ground. Caplow, or rather it was Coppola who was looking for Casillas, but there is that's Chelsea Schaefer, or Erin Schaefer, I apologize. Erin Schaefer going back. She's going to fancy herself. Now the wind is blowing at the goal, probably about a 3-goal breeze, 2 to 3 goals. The kick is up on the way. Now it's heading towards the sticks. And C.J. Adams points one finger, and that is good for a minor score. So the first score of the game to Sacramento. It is 1-0 Sacramento. The Lady Suns draw first blood. Here is Ashley Singer, third-year player. Will bang that out to the near side. Clough was there, got a room service bounce. I think she's going the wrong way, and now she realizes it, and I believe she's going to get called for holding the football as it was slapped out of the arms there. Hargrave got it, but I believe that may have been Jerengui, or somebody else is wearing the number 7. I'm sorry, that's a Siobhan McHale, and the mark is taken nicely and defensively by Amanda DeCarl, who was playing defensively in the first game that we saw earlier against Minnesota. The ball will drop in for them, and now New York stays with it. Here goes McHale. She is collared high by Leilani Silvio, who used to play a long time ago with the Boston Lady Demons. So here is Siobhan McHale, USA Freedom product. She'll throw that one on to the right, looking for Hargrave, and she lost the arm battle with Clough, picked up on a hop. DeCarl is thrown, rather that's DeCarl with the football, as that was 12 and Olivia Christensen who was thrown. She's going to get called. The ball says the crowd, boot says the umpire. And again, we go up in the air. Again, the battle of the 23s, and Hargrave with a big win. I'm liking Andrea Hargrave. I haven't seen Natalie Wolf. I believe she may be injured. But they're around, and a good job of winning that is Amanda Flock. Or check that, that's Christine Flock. Amanda is her wife. Christine Flock out the right side. And The umpire crosses the ambidextrous, in the words of my good friend Scooter Matheson, and a ball up once again. It is 1-0 on the Coopers scoreboard to the Sacramento Lady Suns. Again, this has been some time since they've won a match. I believe that would be 2013 was the last time they won a match in Austin, Texas. Looking for McHale, couldn't get it. Christensen was again, or rather that was to Carl again, and she is claimed. Nicely done by Joanne Remillard. And the umpire again will call for another ball up. I'm Brian Barish, and you're not. We welcome you wherever you're watching here on USAFL.com. Remember, you can follow us at USAFL.com, on USAFL on Facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter at USAFL1997. As Lorraine Quokka goes down hard. Remillard will throw that one on to the left. It bounces ahead. Sam Wolf battling against Christensen. Might have gotten called for pushing the back. In fact, she has. It'll be a free kick to Sam Wolf, who has been around, I believe this is her 4th season of play. Originally from Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, not too far outside of the city of Philadelphia. She'll throw that one on to the right. All red jerseys. Some friendly fire. DeCarl comes to the near side. Christensen against Wolf. Now 2-on-1. Great shepherd by Wolf to allow McHale, and then she's dragged down. Great tackle by Eileen Yoon. Holding the ball is the call, and Yoon earns a free kick. Brad Anderson, the coach, trying to spread things for Yoon over the head of Quokka. Here is Eastlake, who just gets it off the hands of Erin Schaefer. This is a much better performance from the Suns overall this year, as they have definitely improved. Now, we mentioned they are missing Katie Klatt. Hello to you, Katie, listening back in Melbourne. But I'll tell you what, she has to be very proud of her teammates, who have put in 4 very good efforts so far, as they say hello on the sidelines to the great Katie Klatt. Meanwhile, a free kick again for Siobhan McHale. I believe this is her 4th free that she has won. Again, on the Cooper scoreboard, it is 1-0. Over the top, looking for Remillard, one of the rookies. She was held without the ball. Here is Davidson, just throws it on to the right. Coming in, Julie Lee. There is Hemingway, who's been relatively quiet. It flies, and that one just went 15. Looking for DeCarl, getting away from Wallace. Throws that one on to the right. Bounces in front of Erin Schaefer. Just hit her shins. It did find the field of play before it rolled out of bounds. Noticing some reinforcements, I see Emily Reel in there playing, and she's going to get the football. Emily Reel gets to the ball. Here is Casey O'Connor, finds Liz Danielson, just got her shin to it. Reel is back in there. Here comes Quokka was in there. You notice Quokka with the blue unicorn hair, just peeking out. She's wearing the protection. She suffered a concussion in the 2nd game last year at Nationals. She was cleared to play early this season. As Eastlake on the free kick, that one sprayed off the side of the boot. The wind took that one as well, but it did find the field of play. We have a boundary throw-in right in front of the interchange gates here on USAFL.com. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, and we hope you're enjoying the commentary. We're doing our best. Koplo, she was claiming she was high. She did get the ball. I love Gracie Koplo, and you can't see it from up here, but she has the skyline of New York shaved into her head. One of the great personalities. That one hung in the breeze. Chloe couldn't get it. She's hauled down by Hargraves. Not holding the ball, but Remillard is there. She puts that up onto the left. It skips by Hemingway. Hemingway going after it, as is Julie Lee, but there is Victoria Schoenagel to rustle the ball out of bounds and get it out of harm's way. Cooper scoreboard again, 1-0 in favor of the Sacramento Lady Suns, as New York trying to attack against the breeze, and that is definitely held. The team that is kicked to the left in the first half has not lost a game. That is held true. It one hops in on Lee. The Australian is thrown to the ground. Here is Hemingway. She's going to run around. She's got to touch the ball at some point just on the edge. That one is going to roll back inside. Marked by Genevieve Wallace. Young Jen Lawless will look around. She's 2 kicks from goal. She goes in. It's knocked down in front by the 29, and that one comes out. A good job there by KJ Russell, but here comes Schreiber. The mustard came off the hot dog. She picks it up and has to reverse course. Handballs it into the middle now for Silvio. She'll throw her right foot on it. She'll throw it on. Marked! One hat-wearing player to another in Rd3. Quokka played her footy in Wollongong. She finds another one in short in the personages of Oan Wynn. So here is Oan Wynn. Throws that one to the boot. Again, a one-on-one contest. Chloe lurking, ball goes to ground. Singer couldn't get it, ball moving forward Sacramento's direction. It squirts free. Over to get it is the 35. She's thrown to the ground and Danielle Gallagher. Ball says the Sacramento bench, boot says your umpire. And the ball is out of bounds on that far sideline, or rather it's a ball up as Chloe knocks the ball backwards. Nope, that's Rosemary Chloe. That was O'Connor who did a good job. It shanks off the side of Chloe's boot and then kept up forward. Digging in after it is Gracie Coppola. Boom, crash opera. Here goes as Silvio throws that one up. It's going to roll out of bounds and another boundary throw in. Only 1 point on the Black Chrome scoreboard, on the Cooper scoreboard. Either way you slice it, they're both our major sponsors, and we thank them for their assistance, their financial and moral support. 1-0, Sacramento the lead. Both teams looking for their first win. A moral victory, but a victory nonetheless, and something they can take back home out of this 2016 season. The ball comes spinning back into play. Ball gets knocked down as Casillas was there, as she always is. Ball to ground again, and then with a little aerial job is Wallace into the middle. That one is glistening and rolling around like a watermelon. Boom! That probably is in the back, and it is against Joanne Remillard. Free kick to Elizabeth Danielson, one of the 4 Sacramento State rollers, and you can blame Robert Quokka, who got Chloe into it in the rest. They're going to run on, trying to get it at Schreiber. She got it. She just kicks it to goal, but right at Singer, and Singer clears the danger and finds a friendly face in Emily Reel. Reel with the mark in the back pocket, about 150 meters from where they need to be, off the foot of the teammate there in Coppola, and then Coppola almost was called for bringing down Silvio, and the ball up will come. And now Wallace comes out, and here is Katrina Scherer. It is worth mentioning that there's a number of injured players. I mentioned Casillas. She's here on the sideline. I believe she actually may not be. I know she had a concussion concern. She may not be playing as much today, but because of the shortage of numbers, they have borrowed from the Columbus, Baltimore, Washington. So that's why you see Emily Reel in there, and that's why you see Katrina Scherer, who has to be up there, you would think, in terms of best and fairest in the women's Division II. That'll be the next game that we have coming up, by the way, in at the 1 o'clock hour. Peter will be back to guide you through for that one as the ball comes spinning back into play. And there we see Natalie Wolf, who is playing in the back line. Remillard was there. Check that was Gallagher. Picked up by the unicorn-haired Rd3 Quokka. Down she goes. Coppola is there. Hauled to the ground sumo style by Danielson. And in fact, I believe she has caught her high. And Coppola will get the free kick. I am Brian Barish. Great to have you along. We hope you're enjoying all the streaming coverage. And remember, we've got that big game at 1 o'clock. 3 big games left. We have that big game at 2 o'clock. San Francisco, if they win, it's academic. If not, Denver has a sliver of a chance. They need the mathematics to go right. Great job by the 27 there in unlisted for Sacramento. And it's a nice mark taken defensively. As stepping up again was Coppola. Grace Coppola has to be in the running for most consistent. She gets a lot of touches. Sliding in was Hargrave, but she came up with nothing but blades of grass. Chloe turns and fires it on the right, off the hands of Wynn. Wynn can't get to it, and it paddles out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 1-0 the score. Sacramento, as you'll recall, played the opening game of the Western Regional Tournament against a combination of Minnesota and Portland. And if you remember, they played 40 minutes of football to a 2-1 score. It is shaping up to be a very similar type game. Running through, that had to be throw, but it wasn't. And then going on through, here is Quokka in the forward line. It is in the shadow of the goalpost. CJ Adams watching, keeping visual, and Andrew Daniels says, crosses his arms like the Monsignor, and he'll throw it up. Sacramento again, knocked down by Smith. Just got it to the boot. It's rolling across the face, but it is through for a behind. First score in some time on the Black Chrome scoreboard, on the Cooper scoreboard. It is 2-0 in favor of the Sacramento Suns. By the way, it's worth mentioning, as the ball comes in and it's marked by Emily Reel, she appeals for 50 as O'Connor got a little too close for comfort, looking for Scherer. Here is Sonic Scherer. Great Shepard put on there by Hemingway. Looks in the Wolf direction. Wolf trying to out-muscle Christensen. Can't. In there is Casillas, who's back in the thick of things. Down it goes. She is thrown down, picked up by Yoon. Yoon gets it through. That's going to be a high tackle. Free kick to Eileen Yoon. It's a hard footy out there, and I'll tell you what, both of these teams are playing, really want that one victory. Yoon goes in deep looking for the 21 in DeCarl, who is busy early on. And now they get it through to Wynn. Wynn has bumped off the ball. It rolls through to the right. Over to get it is Koplo, Natalie Wolf, and Danielle Gallagher. Here is Eastlake, number 91. She picks it up. She's bear hugged by Quokka to the ground. Getting it is DeCarl. Going into the corner for Siobhan McHale. McHale will lose the race to the boundary line and will have a boundary throw in. It is 2-0, unlike what it says on the scoreboard over here. And I feel like we've got a lot of, as the Columbus girls, cheering on the two players that are in. As we mentioned, Emily Reel getting a run, as is Katrina Scherer. They call her Sonic because of the blue hair. It is a free kick from right in front, and it is Elizabeth Danielson. So Danielson, they'll line up directly in front, maybe 25 meters out. The kick is on the way. It's a pretty emphatic one, and it's a goal. Liz Danielson, her second goal of the day, her first of the game, and that's the first major score on the Cooper scoreboard. Sacramento 8, New York nothing. 1-2-8 Sacramento, no score for the New York Magpies. Ball back into the middle again. Sacramento, this would be a very thrilling victory. And you know what, New York, I'm sure they're disappointed because I know, hey, they still have a very important game against Denver. That would be a very big scalp if they could pick up the Denver Lady Bulldogs, as Hallie Adrian, Lindsay Kastanek, and Ty Strife walk underneath of us. They put in a great effort today. But the odds are stacked against them now. It's out of their hands. And the umpire calls for a ball up back in the center of the universe. A swing and a miss by Hemingway, who was taking over ruck duties from Hargrave. And the umpire crosses himself. He checks himself before he wrecks himself and throws the ball back up. Clough, and now she has to deal with Hemingway, who's throwing her body at the ball. O'Connor can't get to it. The ball comes free. There's McHale as a swinging around. That's got to be holding the ball. It's a throw, and a good job in there getting the ball away. It's Kim Hemingway. I don't think she was the one. No, in fact, it was Jen Lawless. So here is Genevieve Lawless as we see the Montreal girls stride below us. They'll be playing for a Division II final at the top of the hour. The Québécois est magnifique. I think I may have mutilated the beautiful French language, but that's perfectly okay. I'm sure they'll forgive me. Here we are in the dying stages of this first half on the New York side of the offensive real estate of the goal square. It comes to Danielson, who is slung down like a rag doll by Siobhan McHale, who probably has about a 5-inch disadvantage on her, and definitely I think the size advantage, but all the same it's Chloe who just gets it to the right over as they were looking for a hold on Eastleg. Here is Real, the veritable Swiss Army knife. She throws it into the right, off the foot of Christensen with a second effort, taken down from behind. That's a pushing it back on Chloe. The free kick will be paid to Taylor Davidson. Davidson, the former San Francisco Iron Maiden, and she is sneaking up from her fullback position. They have, that's Ashley Singer playing in the fullback, but a nice mark taken by Amanda DeCarl. DeCarl won the watch, goes in short, a nice chest mark taken by Rosemary Chloe. Chloe will spin around. She'll take a nice booming kick. Nice mark by Eileen Yoon, who's gotten involved, or rather that's Oann Wynn, and that was a fearless mark as she shouldered the bump at the end of things. So they'll go in short against Smith. Singer had to come up. She'll have the speed advantage on Smith. Smith goes to ground. She gets the ball free. Ball comes to ground. O'Connor is there. Wallace putting in the effort. Ball goes to ground again. Just squirts out loose. Picked up by Algozin for New York. They'll come out to the near side. And here comes Chloe. Looks like she might have caught Hemingway high. The umpire doesn't agree with me. And now they'll call for a ball up. Black Chrome scoreboard score check. 1 goal, 2 behinds, 8 points. Sacramento, no score. Zip, 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 as they say for the New York Lady Magpies in the shadows of the halftime hooter. Here comes New York up looking for Casillas, who is playing more of a forward role. There's a shove, looking for call off the ball. Flock throws it onto the right. It doesn't matter, they have the ball anyway. Real picks up, rather that's Scherer. Scherer throws it onto the right ahead of Wolf. She's bumped off the ball. Wallace is dragged down without the footy. There's Wolf looking for Julie Lee. Schoenagel with it for Sacramento. And here comes Sacramento the other way, the Suns, but it's Emily Real. Oh, it's Schaefer who ran onto the ball, and Real falls on top of her like it's hot, and like a hot potato in the hot Florida sun, although it's not as hot as it was yesterday. That is the hooter. Halftime at the football. No shortage of pace, no shortage of action here in the opening 20 minutes. And your score on the Cooper scoreboard, it's the Sacramento Suns. 1 goal, 2 behinds, 8 points. For New York, 0-0-0. Sacramento, with some good players. Eileen Yoon has been all over the place. How about Liz Danielson? Been very effective, and of course has kicked the only major of the match. Victoria Schoenagel, Elaine Schreiber, Amanda DeCarl, and of course Rosemary Chloe. Rosie the Ruck doing a fantastic job here in this game against some pretty stiff competition, but New York fighting. Grace Coppola has gotten a lot of touches of the ball. Kim Hemingway doing Kim Hemingway things, and this New York team, they'll have the aid of the wind in the second half, so we'll see what happens. We're going to step aside for a couple of minutes. I'm going to catch my breath, and we'll be right back for the second half of this one. You're watching the 2016 USAFL National Championships here on USAFL.com.
Customized men's and ladies AFL uniforms, outerwear and training gear from Black Chrome. Black Chrome's custom compression can enhance performance and recovery, reduce lactic acid and accelerate your warm-up. Black Chrome is trusted by a number of AFL leagues, including the USAFL, as their official supplier. Try out our Design Your Own tool and see Black Chrome's full range of sportswear at blackchromeusa.com. Join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So what do you think of the sport?
Yeah, I have, you know what? I've never seen it up to past pretty wild here,
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
The word I have that I can't see is I can see the screen without my glasses on, but I can't see out there without my glasses. Well, yeah.
it's supposed to be like a cricket pitch.
And the shape.
Yeah, it's an oval. Well, again,
Compared to our sports here.
yeah, it's a cricket pitch, which is oval. Second, tell him that we still have to create the YouTube links for the last two games on this field. Yeah, whenever. Because that's important. If we're not, I mean, I'm going to see if I can get Dennis to do it. I'm going to have him link for it. See you down there somewhere. Hi, Ella.
Hey, I'm told that we're going to need to create some YouTube links for the last two games that don't exist. Ryan, no links for YouTube. Ryan, I can come back on. Thank you so much. I understand. Yeah, and then
We're about to start. And we're back underway. Second half action of this game between the New York Lady Magpies and the Sacramento Lady Suns. It is 8-0 on the scoreboard, I believe, and that is going to be a push in the back. It's going to be a free kick. New York with the aid of a 2-goal breeze. Let's see if they can get it. Here is Lauren Skonechny. Skonechny will go in short. Here it is. Oh, boom! A crash boom opera. And the winner out of all that was Kim Hemingway. There's a player down behind play as Hemingway kicks that one. I believe that is Silvio, who is very slow to get up. She has rolled around on her back. That was a crushing blow, and they're coming out to check on her. That was a tough take, as I believe Chloe is in there as well. There was a lot of lumber in that one. Now, I'm interested to see whether they will stop play.
no, they're not.
And the ball comes back into play once again. Down goes on that far side. Here is Rosemary Clow. Rosie Clow, the San Diego native, will be playing in her hometown next year and looking for Erin Schaefer. And the redhead sees the ball go out of off of, actually, I think it's going out on the full. At least that's what Taylor Davidson is hoping. And here comes Silvio off the ground. And she looks like she's okay. She's running under her own power as Andrea Squilla comes in through the interchange gates. Squilla will need to be a little bit more offensively, I guess a little bit more defensively minded, it seems like. But now here they go. Koplo goes sliding in, and that's going to be high contact. And I think she caught a little bit. She's holding her nose. Well, I'm going to steal Dennis Committee's line. She went in optimistically and came out misty-optically. Of course, I'll credit the great Dennis Cometti as they go up on that far side. There is Davidson, can't get the better of Aaron Schaefer, looking for O'Connor, but a nice defensive mark taken by Natalie Wolf, who has really impressed for Club and Country. You know John Ironmonger and company have the eye on her as she kicks it up the right side. It'll skitter through, picked up by Hemingway, burns herself away from Christensen, throws that one on to the right, but it's gone to the right. And checking to see, in fact, the umpire spreads his wings as if he's landing at SRQ right down the road from us. He pretends he's an airplane, but more importantly for us, he signals that the ball is going out on the full. Cooper's scoreboard score check. It's the Sacramento Lady Suns 8, the New York Lady Magpies nothing. I'm Brian Barish. Great to have you along. Peter Holden will be back with you for the remaining 3 games. I'll be ducking my head in and out as they kick that one in towards goal. It skips away. It skips across the face, but it does skip through behind the stick for 1 point. So first point of the game for the New York Lady Magpies. It is now 8-1. Sacramento 8, New York 1. You can hear the flags, you can hear the wind whipping up. I'll tell you what though, the clouds, they look like giant cotton balls, but no rain imminent, and that's a good sign. McHale comes up, handballs it on, looking for Hargrave, but it was short. Oh, what a great bump by Hargrave. And then here is Yoon, and out of all of that, it'll be a free kick. I didn't see the symbol, but it'll be a free kick to the New York Magpies. I think it was a illegal contact, and she is told to play on. I don't think it was a good idea. She had no support whatsoever. And a heads-up play by Rosie Clough, who is having a fantastic weekend. I am very impressed with that young lady, and what was funny is we've been talking about how she was a rower. She loves this sport because you don't get to tackle anybody in rowing. Great smother by Hargrave, however, who stayed with the football, throws that one onto the right. There's Lawless, patted away nonchalantly by Clough as Casillas gets it out to McHale, gets away from one tackle in Schaefer, bobbles that one on. Friendly fire there. Koplo couldn't get to it. It bounces to McHale. She's thrown to the turf nicely by DeCarl. DeCarl on the 1-2. Slapped at the ball. Brought down is Skonechny. Ball pops out to Schaefer. And then she kicks it where she finds. Oh, she bounced off. Oh, what a great job by as Elgozin bounced off like a hippo on a moon bounce as they go after it as she tried to bring down Danielson, who is not an easy tackle. On the Sacramento bench, applauding their charges as Oann Wynn. The voice is hanging in there just by a thread. Here is Oann Wynn doing jumping jacks. There is Eastlake, but it's intercept. No, it's dropped. Here is Natalie Wolf as she gets the Davidson crumbs. Going up long, it'll pop into the air. Over to get it is Hemingway. She keeps it in front. She gets knocked down. She's thrown off the ball by Carly Hartman. Hartman on the second effort brings her down. Oh, I thought that might have been holding the ball, but no prior opportunity was given. Neither was any quarter. Cooper scoreboard score check 8-1. Sacramento leading New York. I'm Brian Barish here on USAFL.com. Ball out to the middle of the ground as both teams looking for that elusive first win. Ball in dispute now. Down it goes. Everyone down mushroom farming, and we will have a ball up. The San Francisco Iron Maidens, if you missed it, they defeated the Denver Lady Bulldogs 9-6. They are the only undefeated team left. They play at 2 p.m. against Minnesota, and if they win, well, they win the whole shebang. If not, then it may come down to percentage. And now here is a bounce, here is a luck, here is a kick, a long kick, and then down she goes. Down it goes, knocked to ground, picking it up. I wonder if it was, it's kicking in danger. And a free kick, and that'll go to Mackenzie Carr. Mackenzie Carr in the Liberty Development Program, played in the Parallel Cup last year. That kick is smothered off the boot. It's picked up again by Rosemary Clough, who finds Yoon on a couple of bounces. Good run through by Schreiber, but it's a throw that she's been pinged for. And we'll have a free kick as this will come back, and the person nearest the ball was number 15, which is Taylor Davidson. Louisville, Kentucky, as member of the Denver Lady Bulldogs come by. They put in a great effort this weekend, but their winning streak may very well, their Nationals reign may very well have come to an end today. Here is Helen Mondia Harvey, goes up the left side. Here is Danielson rumbling through. Great job to box out her defender and get the ball further afield, but only Natalie Wolf from New York, she couldn't fed it cleanly. Cuoca and O'Connor converge. She just gets it off, does Wolf up the right side, looking for Remillard. There is Schoenagel, who gets it and runs through. She puts that one onto the right foot, drops in front looking for Wynn. Eastlake was there, picked up by Lawless, turns it over to O'Connor. O'Connor will rumble through. She puts that onto the right, one-on-one contest, gets behind Gallagher. Smith paddles it down. From friendly fire again, Gallagher, rather, that was McHale. Ball says the crowd, boot says the umpire, and now here they come. That one's going to be kicked. That is into a wide open goal square, but it bounces back. It's going to come down to who can get the position. Here is Silvio. She is all alone, and she kicks a goal, oblivious to the chaos behind her, and the Suns have scored a goal against the run of play on the Cooper scoreboard. That takes them on to 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points, New York 1. Sacramento 14, New York 1. A great job in transition, and that was all set up by the midfield, and a great job by Silvio to run on. Eileen Yoon did a fantastic job, as did Schroeder from the back. You see there on the replay what an absolutely wonderful passage of play. That's called manufacturing a goal. We talk about in baseball, manufacturing runs. As we're back in the middle again, Sacramento leads by 13. New York is not giving up as Coppola goes backwards, picked up by Christensen up on the left side. Here comes Schaefer. She'll pick it up. She's been set upon by Davidson and Casillas. There is Christensen again on the follow through, looking for Wynn. She's taken down without the ball by Gallagher. Down they go. Everyone keeping vigil, and then they throw that one on. Here they come again to number 1 for Sacramento unlisted. They get that one up on the far side. Smith against Lawless. Lawless will come, rather that's Singer. Singer has bumped off the ball. Smith is able to get it on the second effort. Shakes free of Ashley Singer. That's a worm burner, not the greatest of kicks. Over to get it there again is a 5, who is, I believe that was Wynn. Ball they call, and in fact it's improper disposal. It's a free kick to Sacramento. So here is the number 1 for Sacramento, who I do not have listed on my sheet, trying to figure out who that is. As Genevieve Lawless doing some star jumps, or at least practicing her calisthenics. Now she goes into the star jumps. The kick is up on the way. It is curling back towards the goal. Down it goes. It's a loose ball, scramble on the doorstep. Everyone converges, throw a blanket over 15 players. Brad Anderson is talking very fervently to his charges. He must be very happy, win or lose, no matter what happens. He must be very, very happy. As the ball goes to ground, and we have a ball up directly in front. I'm Brian Barish. Welcome to wherever you are watching us here on USAFL.com. Hope you're enjoying this the coverage as the ball is in front. Down it goes. That one goes across the face, but it goes side door Johnny through for another minor score. 2-3-15 is the score. 15 plays 1. Sacramento out to a 2-kick. Actually, it's a 3-kick lead. It's 14 points. Singer out of the back. Up the right side. It's going to bobble into Cow Country. Going over to get it is Hemingway, and then Remillard tried to run that one down. That was a rough tackle. That has to be without the ball, and it is. And slow to get up, and they are calling for her immediately. Looking to see if we can get the number. I don't want to speculate here. And they have called time. And so it is time off here. And of course, there is no, they just simply stop the clock. If you're watching back home familiar with the AFL, there is no time on. But they have stopped the clock. Still waiting on the number of the player. So just to go through real quick while we wait for the injury, we have, and now just getting up, that is that is Elaine Schreiber, number 4. Just our coverage, we'll have the Division II Women's Grand Final live. Here coming up at the top of the hour at 2 o'clock, we'll have San Francisco taking on Minnesota, and if San Francisco wins, then they win the whole shebang. Now, by the way, as they go up that far side, there's the mark. Now here comes O'Connor. O'Connor's kick is short, looking for the number 9 there in Amanda Mansaratis. And the ball is taken down, and we'll have a ball up. Of course, at 3 o'clock, we'll see the same New York Lady Magpies taking on the Denver Bulldogs, and depending on what happens at San Francisco, it's a free kick to Mansaratis. Depending on what happens in that game, that last game may have a distinct effect on the standings. And of course, on the men's side, Division 3, 2, and 1 grand finals, as well as the rest of the action. Clough off the handball from Mansaratis, and she is beset upon. That's a high tackle on Hargrave. The crowd has gone absolutely ape droppings on the New York sideline. The New York Magpies are going ape droppings here. Dan Lahane, I see Alex Auricchio over there. I see Toby. I see all the people for the New York Magpies. They are passionate for their footy club, who are losing, but they have not given up any sort of heart. Meanwhile, back at the ranch they go up. Here is Remillard. Can't get to it. Stripped and dispossessed. Over to get it again is Wallace, I believe. The umpire says stop and drop and roll. And here is Elaine Schreiber, who's been awarded a free kick about 60 meters from goal. She is about 2 kicks from the reality. And now she'll look for the ball. She'll kick that one up in short. Wolf was there, almost O'Connor, but the ball is tipped over the boundary line, out of bounds, boundary throw in. Cooper scoreboard score check. Sacramento 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 points. 1 point, only 1 point for the New York Lady Magpies in the middle, and it's marked by Genevieve Wallace. We mentioned in the last game, Genevieve Wallace is over here working, living in Long Island as an au pair, and she is here playing with a bunch of Australians, which is absolutely fantastic. There was a whistle. That is going to be a high tackle, and that is going to be a free kick surrendered. Janet Beyersdorf oh my goodness, there's a kick in by number 1. That one will go up high as that one goes to ground. There they go, they push that one on. I wonder if that's holding back. No, that's a high tackle. My goodness gracious me. It'll be a free kick coming out as Liz Danielson will get called for high tackle. We must be about past the halfway point of this second stanza. It is a 2-3-15 to 1 point. Out to the near side, marked by Emily Reel. Reel and Katrina Scherer, who you see there, number 37. They are filling in the numbers, again, with both teams with no loss. Oh, that might have been holding the ball. Now, no, it's going to call tackling without the ball. They said that she didn't have it cleanly. Free kick to Siobhan McHale, who has Scherer on the near side. They are screaming for Scherer. She's ignored. She kicks the ball into a contest. Clough over the top, or rather that was Hartman. And now over the top, she finds Flock. Flock will get it out to the near side. That'll find the boundary line as it eludes both Scherer and the number 1, who we don't have. Actually, I believe that is Rhiannon Mansaratis. I apologize. So number 1 is Rhiannon Mansaratis, who is down at the bottom of the score sheet. And we have a player down, and that is Carly Hartman. Carly Hartman, fiance of Stanford football player Brandon Austin. I think he proposed to her at the Rose Bowl, if I believe. That's pretty awesome. Mansaratis with a nice mark. Rhiannon Mansaratis, and down behind the play. And now grabbing her knee is Hartman again. She has not had a very good minute. She is coming off slowly as that one goes off the hands of of Gallagher. Crash boom opera. It's getting hard. A hard footy is out there. Hartman is staying in courageously as now they work it up on the far side, looking in the Hemingway direction. It bounces free, it bounces loose. Going after it is Wolf, or rather that's 29 for New York in KJ Russell, who's been relatively quiet, but there out of the back is Mackenzie Carr. Carr goes up the left side, just kicks it into open spaces. Tick, 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 as precious time ticks away. The ball goes out of bounds. It's a boundary throw-in. As the man Peter Holden waits for his turn to come back upon the scaffolding. Good day to you, Peter, sir. He's done yeoman work in calling the matches for you, coming all the way from Melbourne and doing a fantastic job and providing a lesson for a humble, still up-and-coming caller such as yours truly. 16-1 on the Cooper scoreboard. Check that, it's 15-1 on the Cooper scoreboard. And a free kick has been awarded. Play on, they say, out to the near side. Marr! Eileen Yoon, and she went, or rather that is O-Ann Wynn, and she landed awkwardly on her knee. She is getting up very gingerly, and she is wobbling. They are, looks like they're getting reinforcements ready, but she will set herself, and she took the mark in front of McHale. Gallagher pushes down Quokka. Ball, says the umpire, and a high tackle, or rather ball, says the crowd. High tackle, says the umpire. It's a free kick. Well, Sacramento, who has played 4 games, has had one left in the tank against this New York side. They'll go in short, and there's Scherer, who almost took the mark, to Carl. And there's Scherer on the second effort. She gets the ball nicely. Ball goes to ground. Over to get it is Eastlake. Monserratus pushes it away. Clough with a great tackle. Here goes Quokka, handing the ball off. Silvio is taken down by Real. Scherer is in there as well, and they finally get it away. Does Silvio. There is Wallace. Wallace throws it on to the right. That one is high, marked overhead, and nicely by McHale. She's going to go quickly, goes into the middle, gets by Andrea Squilla. Ball goes to the ground. Handball out to the Carl, who couldn't handle it cleanly. Has a little help from her friend Ian Hartman. Goes up for Yoon. Yoon against Wallace. Casillas is lurking, but she gets away from Wallace, does Eileen Yoon. Just kicks it out into space. It's a one-on-one contest. Will the younger Wallace get away from Yoon? She pushes her, and she gives her a little shove in the back. No call, but there is Drea Casillas and her 12th USAFL Nationals, who picks up the football. The Albuquerque, New Mexico native. She bounces once. She shivered away from one hit in the personages, I believe, of Schaefer up on the far side of the field. Oh my goodness, it's back into the middle. And now here they go. She's going to take a leisurely jog into the middle. Here comes Hargrave. Hargrave lets it go for McHale. McHale spins away from O'Connor, who tried her best. Into the middle it goes, looking for Koplo. Schoenagel watches it go by her. There's the header! And the Sacramento Lady Suns have broken their duck. They win their first game and they finish 1-3, but they'll focus on the one, and it was a very big win that they can put into their pocket and take back home to the California capital. The final score on the Cooper scoreboard: the Sacramento Lady Suns, 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 points. 1 point only for the New York Magpies. Spare a thought for Christina Licata's Pies. They have one more game. They'll want to win it against Denver, but they played very hard footy. They got some help from some of the reinforcements, but how about this Sacramento team? Their defense, which we have talked about, they didn't need Katie Klatt. Katie's taught them very well in her short experience. But Mackenzie Carr, we mentioned Leilani Silvio. How about that Elizabeth Danielson and Eileen Yoon? O-Ann Wynn did as well, and Rosie Clough had to be best on ground for me. So that'll do it for the Suns. As we mentioned, they finished 1-3. New York has one game left against Denver, which may mean something depending on what happens in the 2 o'clock game between San Francisco, who need to win to clinch, and Minnesota, who need to win and get some help from New York against Denver if they want to have a chance. We'll be right back in a little bit. We're going to step aside as we end this portion of our broadcast coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. Peter Holden will be back with you. It's the Division II Grand Final as the Western conglomerate of the Portland Sockeye, Seattle Grizzlies, Arizona Hawks, and the Tampa Bay Football Club take on the Boston, Montreal, Philadelphia, Des Moines, and Chicago for the Division II hardware. That's at the top of the hour. But until then, this is Brian Barish. We'll see you. Talk to you next time. Hi, bro.
Yes, the world will like it when you're back here.
Don't. Yeah, we'll see if we can get you one. By the way, it didn't come into play last week. Who knows if it'll come into play this week? But if it's tied, if it's tied at full time, 5 minutes of extra time, one way. It's not like 5 and 5. 5 minutes of extra time. If the game is still tied at the end of that 5 minutes of extra time, golden goal. I'm sorry, golden goal.